one of the one that killed him. Did you sabotage my son? Because it didn't help.
I tried my
and
best.
nothing you did
I tried my best to help.
You just told me he was kind, he was wonderful.
He shook everybody's hand.
Yeah.
I tweeted it.
But you didn't tell that to nobody.
Yes, I
you
did.
kept it
I
a
tweeted
secret.
It went viral.
Nobody saw it. I didn't see it. Because if I had known, I would have led with that. Now you're telling me that. Nobody saw it.
I tweeted it.
So when they were murdering his character, did you retweet it?
I did.
No.
I promise.
No,
I
you
said.
didn't. No, you didn't.
Within the mix, is there anything that would get you to jump to the National Football League?
Not whatsoever. What transpired with my son last year, ain't no way in the world.
Hold up. Deion Sanders, aka Coach Prime, just detonated a moment on live TV, and now the entire sports media machine is in panic mode. He went straight at a reporter on camera, and what he said is echoing across every platform. This isn't clickbait chaos. This is about calling out a system that, in his view, tried to undercut a young man's future before it even began. All right, let's unpack it. Deion sat down with a reporter who had interviewed Shedeur Sanders during last year's draft process. That reporter had first-hand access to Shedeur. He saw the professionalism, the discipline, the preparation, every bit of it. So when media narratives started floating around painting Shedeur as arrogant and disrespectful, narratives that clearly dented his reputation and draft stock, where was that same reporter? Silent. Deion pressed him live, locked eyes, and asked straight up, "Did you stand up for my son? Did you tell them what you actually witnessed in that interview?" And the response? No. Flat out no. This reporter watched Shedeur's draft value slide while his name got dragged publicly and didn't say a word. Deion didn't soften it. He confronted him on the spot and called him a hypocrite to his face.
Spread the good word of how kind Shedeur Sanders was.
But you let the whole world lie on him.
I tried.
Did you notice that all that stuff just kind of just went away?
Well,
like after a while, it just like the lie just went away.
It was slandering. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it went away.
So you agreed that it was slander.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was horrendous. It was horrendous.
It was character assassination.
Listen, Deion Sanders made it crystal clear that certain media voices already knew the truth. They had the real information from day one, but instead of correcting the record, they chose silence. And now, they want to move like they were always riding for Shedeur Sanders. The reporter even admitted it. He flat out acknowledged that what happened to Shedeur was slander on the highest level. He watched it unfold and never stepped in. Think about that. While Shedeur was sliding in the draft, while front offices were questioning his character over completely unproven narratives, the people who actually knew better said nothing. The false stories dominated the airwaves. A young quarterback's future was hanging in the balance, and they stayed quiet. Now, let's rewind to the draft process, because this is where the shift really happened. Shedeur came out of college viewed as one of the premier quarterback prospects in his class. The stats backed it up, the film backed it up, and the leadership was undeniable. By every legitimate football metric, he graded out as top tier. Then suddenly, the storyline flipped. Anonymous sources began labeling Shedeur as difficult. Reports claimed he came across cocky and arrogant in interviews. There were whispers that teams were uneasy about his attitude. Colin Cowherd went on national television saying Shedeur struggled in interviews and pushed back against executives. None of it was substantiated, but it traveled fast. Rex Ryan didn't ease up either. He criticized Shedeur before the young man even played a single NFL snap. Ryan went on air saying Shedeur needed to live in the film room, implying he wasn't grinding or showing the proper commitment.
This kid talks, he runs his mouth like I could be a starting quarterback with his arms crossed like this. Get your ass in the front row and study and do all that. If I know, the whole league knows. Quit being an embarrassment that way. You got the talent to be the quarterback. You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback now.
You should be seen and not heard. And a third stringer like Shedeur, somebody needs to be penalizing him for us even having to talk about him. You're a third stringer. Grab my luggage and shut your mouth.
Jewish reps in camp and he's got a sore arm. Why? Well, people say he throws a lot before practice and after practice. Well, how counterproductive is that?
I'm sure there's a method to the madness.
What is it?
He's trying to get his arm
warming
right,
up.
Tone. I'm sure he's probably practiced more now than he has at any point in his
Well, it
collegiate
obviously
career.
was counterproductive because he's got a sore arm.
Listen, at that point, Shedeur Sanders was still just a rookie, hadn't even worn an NFL jersey yet, and the media was already tearing him apart. The result? His draft stock took a serious hit. Teams that seemed locked in started hesitating, not because of anything he actually did, but because of the noise, because of the narratives the media cooked up and pushed. And Deion, he sees it all clearly. He's been on every platform, from ESPN with Stephen A. to multiple podcasts and interviews, repeating the same point. The NFL media machine had a strategy when it came to Shedeur. They weren't ready for a confident young black quarterback, the son of a high-profile figure who carries himself with pride and refuses to shrink. Deion said it plain on ESPN with Stephen A. After watching what happened to his son, he would never even consider coaching in the NFL again.
Son did something that I didn't do. He made the Pro Bowl in his first year. I made it in my third year, but he made it in his first year, so he got that over me right now.
Let that really hit you. Deion Sanders, one of the fiercest competitors this game has ever seen, openly saying he doesn't want any part of the NFL because of how they treated his son. That's not a casual remark. That's a full-on statement. He's pulling back the curtain and showing the mechanics behind it. This wasn't random criticism. This wasn't harmless debate. This was deliberate. This was calculated. This was aimed at undermining a young quarterback's career. The NFL media machine didn't just want Shedeur to play football. They needed to control the narrative. They needed to plant doubt. They needed to make teams second guess. And here's where it gets maddening. The double standard is crystal clear. Some quarterbacks' swagger is praised, their confidence is called leadership, their boldness is labeled competitiveness. But when Shedeur shows that same confidence, suddenly he's cocky, arrogant, a problem. The difference? You can see it for yourself. What the media clearly underestimated, though, was Shedeur's resilience. Through the fake stories, the draft slide, the constant attacks on his character, he stayed locked in. He kept grinding. He didn't let the noise define him.
Feel for Shedeur to be able, it's kind of like an I told you so moment, because we all know that what happened during the draft was unjustified.
Right.
And then to come out swinging, as soon as he was able to get on that field, he showed them what he got.
Well, it's
and
more
now
like
to do Pro Bowl.
It's more like a not I told you so moment. It's more like a God is good moment. Like y'all don't understand like what I'm on. Like y'all don't understand who got my back. Y'all don't understand who riding with me. Y'all don't understand who's propelling me. That's what it is. And we like that.
Listen to this. Shedeur Sanders refused to let headlines define him. He earned his roster spot. He answered the critics with his play. And now that he's succeeding and showing exactly who he is, Deion Sanders is making sure nobody forgets the obstacles he had to push through. Coach Prime is dead set on exposing every false narrative, every two-faced take, and every media move that tried to drag his son down. He knows Todd Monken believes in Shedeur. He knows his son has a coach who sees the talent, the work ethic, and the truth. With that backing, Deion is ready to name names. He knows who said what. He knows who stayed quiet. He knows how the story was shaped, and he's prepared to lay it all out. The wild part? The truth is finally surfacing. The people who pushed misinformation are being questioned. The reporters who stayed silent when they should have spoken up are being held accountable. The system that tried to chip away at a young man's career is being exposed. Deion isn't letting it slide. He won't forget who defended his son, who stayed silent, and who played a part in the character attacks. He's got the receipts, and he's making sure the football world sees them. This isn't just about Shedeur Sanders. It's about how young black athletes are treated. It's about how media narratives can shape and sometimes damage careers. It's about how power operates inside the NFL ecosystem. Who gets lifted up? Who gets questioned? Who gets doubted before they even step on the field? Deion Sanders has every reason to be fired up. He's justified in calling it out. He's justified in demanding accountability. Because if he stays silent like that reporter did, the cycle keeps spinning. Another young player becomes the next headline, the next target. The system tried to take down Shedeur Sanders. They tried to stall his career before it even began. They pushed stories. They fueled doubt. They watched the fallout. But Shedeur survived it. He pushed through. And now he's got his father standing beside him, calling out everyone who tried to hold him back. The truth is breaking through. This is Coach Prime at full force, standing firm, raising his voice, and making sure actions have consequences. He's fighting for his son. He's challenging a system he believes needs exposing. And this is just the beginning.